There's a lot we don't know about the guy who calls himself Marcelo Marquez. What was he thinking? Why did he allegedly shoot to kill? But what we do know shines a light on the dark side of border security.
We got 4,000 charged with state crimes that have been turned over to ICE, and they keep coming back over and over again.
Marquez came back to Sheriff Joe Arpaio's state of Arizona twice. Immigration officials tell us the suspect was deported back to Mexico after a drug conviction in Arizona in 1997. Then, after coming back into the U.S., he was deported again in 2001 following an assault conviction. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office, otherwise known as ICE, tells me it can't talk about this case specifically. But after 2001, with 9/11 restrictions in place, ICE tells me, quote, significant strides have been made to keep convicted felons from entering into the U.S. Law enforcement officials would beg to differ.
All the illegals I have in the jail, how they keep coming back for murder and sex crimes, and they come back to the jail?
Sheriff Arpaio says 37% of the illegal immigrant felons he's turned over to ICE keep coming back into the U.S. Former Sacramento County Sheriff John McGinnis says when it comes to answering this question, how many more people like Marcelo Marquez are on our streets? There's no way to tell.
I think that the unfortunate reality is the fact that nobody can give you a reasonable estimate as to how many people like this are on the streets. We don't know. We're not even 100% sure how many other names he may have used in other parts of the country.
But McGinnis and others are sure of one thing. The tragedy behind this loss of life can be traced to where so many cross looking for a better life, and others come with far more sinister plans.
This speaks to a very porous and out-of-control border. It speaks to an immigration failure, and it speaks to a real threat and compromise on public safety.
And we're finding out even more about this suspect. Late this afternoon, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department in Arizona confirms its officers arrested Marquez, as he calls himself, a total of 4 times for drug-related offenses. In fact, he spent 4 months in Sheriff Arpaio's well-known tent jail. He was then turned over to ICE officials, and as we all know by now, where he ended up.